Trump has stated in the past he's ready to declare the border crisis an invasion and invoke the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. This would open up the possibilities of red state governors to draw resources from the National Guard. Just the mere fact that I had to say red state governors, not all governors, that he would have to jump through all of these hoops to deport illegal aliens, criminals, from the country is absolutely mind-boggling. But if you happen to watch the vice presidential debate, that's not compassionate. That's never been done before. That makes us Nazis, right? Even the lawyers from the left-wing think tank Brennan Center have said that Trump's proposal is lawful. But that hasn't stopped the media from freaking out. They're calling Trump's climate of fear and saying that mass deportation will bring nothing but human misery. Business Insider tried to make the case that it would make the economy worse, which for Business Insider to say that is weird because I don't write for a business website, and even I know that Jerome Powell just blamed illegal immigration on rising unemployment. So which one is it? Is it good for the economy or is it bad? Are you a good witch or a bad witch? Will mass deportation suddenly cause the entire country to implode into an unholy mess and leave the nation under the control of Nazis and the Hitler Youth? Well, it turns out we've gone down this road before, and all we have to do is look it up. Let's look up some history. And for some odd reason, this has happened before, and we're still here. Yeah. And this is still the greatest and most virtuous nation on the planet. So let me take you through a little history and see what everybody's freaking out about, shall we? Let's start in 1929. From 1929 to 1933, 1.2 million illegals were deported. Really? Back to Mexico. Huh. Then you go to Eisenhower. I can't tell you the name of the operation, but it starts with a W and ends in a K and has et-ac in the middle. 1.1, 1.3 million deported. Now remember, this is, I can't say what that operation was. I can't say it because it's demonized as the worst. Well, of course it's the worst. Herbert Hoover, Republican. Eisenhower, Republican. Oh, until you get to Bill Clinton, who deported 12 million or had voluntary removal. Exactly what Donald Trump is saying, that the left is saying can't happen. It will destroy everything. It'll be chaos. Cats and dogs will be sleeping together. It will be a nightmare. Except Mr. Democrat himself, the man that brought the party back from extinction, that Bill Clinton, you know, the first black president, 12 million. Huh. So it can be done. Now, under George W. Bush from 2001 to 2009, 2 million were deported. Under Barack Obama from 2009 to 2017, 3 million were deported. Yes, the progressive Jesus himself. Oh, he just didn't love people. But immigration advocates knew him by another name, the deporter-in-chief. Now, you look at all these numbers. Now, these are, classified as mass deportations. And then I want you to look at Mr. Hitler himself, the Trump administration from 2017 to 2021. 935,000 were deported. Nowhere near either Bill Clinton nor Barack Obama. But now we face a legitimate crisis and everyone's freaking out. How can this be? That can't be done. It'll be crazy. We're a bigger country in 2024 than we were in the 90s under Bill Clinton. And this time, it is a crisis. It's not some intangible threat anymore. Americans are seeing the ramification from some of the largest cities to the smallest Midwestern towns. Let me show you a map. This map was produced by the Center for Immigration Studies. Now, this thing identifies every city, county, and state in America that has self-identified as official sanctuary city for illegal aliens. Do you live near or by any of these areas? You might want to think about moving in this area. Okay? These are places that refuse to cooperate with the immigration officers if they see an illegal alien come through their system. Are they criminals? It doesn't matter to these elected officials in these areas. And who could these illegals be? Well, let me tell you. Last week, from ICE, this administration's ICE, they released new information to Congress. They identified 600,000 illegals that were released into our country that have criminal records. That includes 13,000 murderers and 16,000 found from sexual assault, like rape. Oh, let's let them in. Thousands and thousands of criminals are roaming the streets of America. This is exactly what everyone has been making fun and saying Donald Trump is a madman when he said they're opening up their prisons. That's exactly what they've done with the help of our government. And the left is coddling them like innocent little toddlers. American citizens are getting raped. They are murdered by some of these illegal aliens, the known criminals. And Joe Biden and Kamala Harris don't seem to give a flying crap. Now, the vast amount of these illegals coming across are coming from countries now considered hostile to the United States. If we could have the 2001, late 2001, maybe October 2001 versions of ourselves, they would club us to death for being this stupid. These are official numbers directly from the Border Patrol website that show the encounters from hostile nations were around 144,000 the first year after Trump left office. It's only gotten worse. Those numbers are more than doubling to 400,000 a year later. Then it doubled again last year. We're not even finished with this fiscal year, and we're on pace to match those numbers from 2023. These are numbers that are people coming from hostile, like Iran and Pakistan and Afghanistan. Now, over the last 2 years, over 250 illegals on the terrorist watch list that we know of were trying to cross the border. Want to guess how many were released into the country? 99. Why would one of them be released into the country? And if that doesn't sound worrisome enough, look what else is getting smuggled across the border. Now, I just want to remind you, they hate guns. Guns are dangerous. We have to take all the guns away from the citizens. I mean, the spooky guns, anything that shoots bullets. In this year alone, nearly 1 million rounds of ammunition we have found coming across the border. Around 9,000 magazines. And that's not like, boys' life. 1.2 million gun parts. 3,000 silencers, and over 3,000 body armor vests. Now, what do you suppose those good folks that are just coming to make their life better in America are using body armor and silencers for? This is not a problem just for Texas anymore. Our border communities down in Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, California, just decimated by this. I showed you that map of sanctuary cities, these dangerous illegal aliens, potentially armed with smuggled weapons and ammunition, might be in your community right now. There might be really good people that also broke the law and came here. But who's who?